What is up, you guys? Today we are going to be talking about Archer Aviation stock and their current collaboration with Anduril, and we are currently invested in this stock right now, and we were debating on parting ways with it, but today we are going to be diving into what we are going to do, if we're going to sell it or if we're going to keep it. Stay tuned. We're going to dive in. We're going to dive into technicals. We're going to dive into fundamentals, and then we're going to dive into an article. And so let's get into that article right now, guys. We can see the chart right here. We'll get back to this in a minute, but let's dive into the Archer Aviation, catalyst that pumped the stock today over 20%. So Archer stock rips 20% higher as company unveils military craft with Anduril, guys. And Anduril is a stock we cannot wait to get into. We cannot wait until Anduril goes public. This is kind of our way into Anduril, Archer Aviation stock, as they've been partners since, I believe, 2024. And I think this article explains that. But let's dive into this and the current catalyst, because we were pretty bearish on this stock. We saw it, trading upwards to $15, and now it's down to like $5-ish, $4-ish. And so we are holding our position right now. We were kind of, we wanted maybe to liquidate this position and maybe free up some money for some other opportunities, but we'll get into our decision in a minute. So let's dive in, guys. You could watch this video here. I'll attach this link in the description below if you wanted to read this CNBC article on Archer. So Archer Aviation CEO Adam Goldstein said the company is laser focused on getting its air taxis certified and flying by the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. They announced that, I think it was last year, they announced that they wanted to do that. Quote unquote, it's always been an ambitious goal, he told CNBC's Phil LeBeau on Monday at the Farnborough Air Show in the UK. Still an ambitious goal, but we're certainly going to try our hardest to get there. So Archer on Monday today unveiled its Thunder autonomous vertical takeoff and landing defense craft with Anduril, designed to accompany crewed aircraft and helicopters. The company's first joined forces in 2024. So there it is. And then shares rallied nearly 20% today, guys. And here is teaser of what it looks like, guys. The Thunder GTM by Anduril and partnered with Archer. So Archer is widely known for creating electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft aimed at cutting emissions and traffic in crowded urban areas. However, the technology has faced a series of regulatory and infrastructure hurdles that have pushed back certification timelines. This was a big one for us, guys. Obviously we're Tesla investors. And we obviously have that as well with cybercaps, with regulatory and stuff like that, trying to get it through cities, try to get a state to agree with it. This is not new to us. So obviously this is another thing. Air taxis, such as the cybercab on ground. This is air taxis in the air, guys. So this is kind of a downer for us. Obviously the regulatory it sucks, but we're not new to it. So in recent months, Archer and his peers have benefited from President Donald Trump's latest eVTOL pilot program, which is great, aimed at accelerating deployment with testing across 26 states. So that's a positive. This is really critical to gaining the trust of public and the trust of the regulators that will ultimately lead to our certification, Goldstein told CNBC. The step is going to be hugely critical in order to allow us to meet those timelines. Archer and his peers have also steadily expanded their defense portfolios as the U.S. military invests in new technology on the battlefield and adds more artificial intelligence tools. this is a big one, guys. We really like this. We really like the Archer Aviation and Anduril partnership, guys. It's pretty much, if you want to get into Anduril right now, Archer Aviation is the stock to do so, guys. We also have Goldstein, called Defense Applications, a huge market for Archer amid rising geopolitical tensions abroad. The aircraft also doesn't require the same certification process necessary for commercial use cases, he added. The applications can bring in defense world are quite impressive and very much needed for war fighter, he said. So, our thoughts to this is this really kind of motivated us to keep our shares today. We really needed something like this to happen for us to really keep our long-term investment in Archer. Obviously we have right now today $5.32, guys, is Archer. And right now, we do want to go over the fundamentals, guys, and then we'll get into the technicals. But our announcement right now, guys, we are going to keep our shares and see how this goes. This catalyst really motivated us actually to keep our shares. We were kind of leaning towards selling them and freeing up capital for more to put it in a better opportunity, but this kind of saved us keeping our shares, our long-term investment. There are things to be concerned about. Obviously, we are market watch now, looking at fundamentals. We're looking at financial statements now, guys. So I do want to point out this company is an early profitable company. Obviously, they do have some revenue. Obviously, they reported first revenue December 31st, 2025, and then this last March of 1.6 million. That is a huge jump, which is a good sign that they are, making sales, guys. They're making sales. Cost of goods is rising. Obviously, cost of goods is going to rise over time. But the thing that as a investor, I'm very how do I put this? I'm cautious with pre-profitable companies. I obviously want the income statement to have 3 consistent profitable quarters in a row and growing before I even touch it. But this company is pretty much a Anduril play for us, guys. We cannot wait for Anduril to go public. We've said that many times, and people that know me, that's one of the companies I'm waiting for. We waited for SpaceX for a long time. Now we're waiting for Anduril, and then also we could throw Anthropic in there as well. But this is a pre-profitable company, guys. We have, they are not profitable yet, and we see them even losing more money in these last couple quarters. Obviously, that went from 93 to 206, 129, 188, and now 217, guys. So it's a pre-profitable company. We didn't like that. We did not like that one bit, and that's why we were thinking about getting out of this stock. But the speculation of this company growing with Anduril and the partnership with Anduril, us having a part of Anduril, in a sense, is motivating us to keep this play, guys. So here is the balance sheet of Archer. We do like to look at the quarters here, so let's switch the quarters. So we could see their cash, obviously they have $1 billion to $2 billion in cash and short-term investments. We see it's good, but the meat and potatoes is assets to liabilities. We obviously like to see a 2-to-1 ratio on total assets to liabilities, and this is where I like Archer. Their balance sheet is They have total assets of 2.32 billion in the latest quarter. It did go down from the 2.47, which, it's not a big difference, but it did go down, which, we'll see what happens in their next earnings report as they announce, if they bring out more numbers. But total assets 2.32 billion compared to total liabilities of 243.4 million, guys. So that is good, guys. That is good. That is way beyond our 2-to-1 ratio as far as assets to liabilities go. So this balance sheet looks good for me right now. That, balance sheet is everything. It's what a company, owns compared to what it owes. And, I like it so far. I like it so far. It's obviously a pre-profitable company, but the balance sheet looks good. I like the CEO, Goldstein. I like the partnerships that he's doing with Anduril, and I am more excited now to keep this position for Mogul Fellows. So now let's get into the technicals, but we obviously give the income statement probably a D right now. It's gonna improve as the company goes on, but their products are not even on. You can't even take an air taxi right now. So that's how early this company is. So we'll see how the income statement goes on, and then this balance sheet looks great to me. I give it a B right now, maybe B minus, but yeah, income statement looks good to me as with this early on company. So that is the breakdown of fundamentals. Now let's go over to the technicals, guys, again here. So we started here. So we have Archer, not looking good. Look at this, look at this chart, guys. So we obviously saw, high here of $14, and it consistently just selling off, guys. So that was another red flag for us as far as technicals go. But we see this little pop above the 200-day moving average here. We have it at the 74 RSI level. This is the 4-hour chart. If we go to the yearly chart, let's just see here what the yearly 1-day chart looks like. But let's actually refresh this here. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely on sale, guys. This company, was $15, earlier on in the year, maybe last year. But yeah, so if see the year chart, we see this big massive pump up to, hovering back and forth, and then, at the $14 high there, and then now crashing down. Could be, numerous reasons, profitable company. A lot of people probably are looking to the, regulatory aspect, how are they going to get, permits and stuff like that to be able to fly these things. But really, I'm looking towards the military side of this and the Anduril side of this, and how can we upgrade our military to the point where our military is the number one military in the world still. And I could see Archer being a big part of that, guys, with Anduril. So that is why it has me excited. Obviously, fundamentals aren't there as far as income statement goes, and the technicals kind of scare people into owning this stock. But for a $5 stock, guys, for a potential, 10 bagger to 20 bagger to 30 bagger, obviously it's not going to do that within this next year or a couple years. We'll have to, wait, long term for that potential bagger to happen. But I can see this stock really moving in the next 3 to 5 years. Yeah, so $5 stock, guys. And we are deciding to keep our shares in Anduril. I think we have around 350 shares of it. Sorry, not Anduril, Archer. And we're going to be keeping them. This catalyst is exciting. Obviously, we knew they were partnered with Anduril, but we thought that was slowly getting suffocated. And this was an absolute banger to really motivate us to keep our shares in Archer. So I just wanted to share that, guys. That is one of the reasons why we are deciding to keep our shares in Archer, and we might even add some more, guys, at the $5 range. $5 range, guys. And so yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If you guys are not a part of our Discord, where our portfolio is, we do our daily alerts, we do our daily journal, we do our weekly reports. We got 3 stock portfolios. We have our long-term portfolio in there, we have our Mogul 30 swing trading portfolio in there, when we have our Mogul options portfolio in there, and then we also mess with other stuff too, such as real estate stuff, and we do our Mogul Fellows collection in there as well. We do our updates and update the community is what we invest in the collectible wise, guys. So if you guys want to know what we do every single day in the portfolio, that would be a thing to get into, and check out mogulfellows.com to learn more about that. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Hit the outro.